They laughed at my junk, then watched it change my life. The lawyer cleared his throat, shuffled the papers, and read my grandfather's will in that slow, deliberate way attorneys always do. To my grandson, Liam, I leave my storage unit number 12 at Northgate Lock and Store. The room froze. My cousin Brandon blinked like he misheard. My Aunt Marjorie burst into hysterical laughter, loud, snorting, echoing off the paneled conference room walls. A storage unit? She wheezed. That's what he gets? She elbowed Brandon. Good thing you're getting the restaurant, honey. Liam can deal with Grandpa's trash. And just like that, the humiliation lodged behind my ribs like a splinter. Brandon was getting the family institution. Marino's Bistro, the place Grandpa built from nothing. The building, equipment, accounts, customer loyalty, appraised at $1.8 million. I got a 10 by 20 storage unit that probably smelled like mothballs and regret. Mom squeezed my hand and whispered, I'm sure there's something meaningful in there. Maybe dusty photo albums, maybe a broken chair, maybe nothing. After the will was read, Brandon swaggered over and clapped me on the back. Don't worry, man. When the bistro's killing it, I'll throw you a dishwashing shift. Marjorie cackled like he'd just delivered a stand-up routine. I walked out without a word. 2 days later, bolt cutters in hand, I drove to Northgate. The unit's metal door groaned open, releasing a wave of cold, stale air. The beam of my flashlight swept across towers of boxes, crates, and bins, stacked like a hoarder's Tetris game. Almost everything was labeled in Grandpa's shaky handwriting. Kitchen stuff, books, receipts, old files. I opened a box of dishes, worthless. Then a box of ledgers from the bistro, yellowed paper from the 1970s. Then I hit the third box, painting, wrapped in butcher paper, 30 maybe, all vibrant and bold. Landscapes, portraits, abstracts, signed by names I didn't recognize. My heart kicked hard. I dug deeper and found a wooden crate filled with jewelry. Real gold, real stones, real sparkle even under the crappy fluorescent light. Not costume junk. Pieces in velvet boxes, some older than my mother. In the back corner sat a locked metal box. It took 20 minutes and a screwdriver to pry it open. Inside were stock certificates, bonds, and a note. Liam, you're the only one who never asked me for money. You worked. You tried. This is for you. Build something real. I sat on the concrete and cried. I didn't tell a soul. I took photos. I researched the paintings. And when I realized what I might have, I called an appraiser. Dr. Evelyn Hart, art historian and certified miracle worker. She stepped into the unit on a Saturday morning and went pale. Do you know what these are? She whispered. I shook my head. These, she said, lifting one with trembling hands, are authenticated works by Arturo Valdez. He died in 1985. His pieces sell for $50,000 to $70,000 each. She motioned to the rest. The jewelry is easily worth $150,000. The stocks, depending on whether they're still active, potentially a few $100,000. I swear I heard Aunt Marjorie's laughing echo in my memory, then shatter. Dr. Hart photographed everything, arranged appraisals, and told me to get insurance immediately. 6 months later, I'd sold a few Valdez pieces, kept several others, and learned the stocks were worth $240,000. Grand total for Grandpa's junk, $1.4 million, not counting sentimental items. I bought a small cedar-sided house outright, invested the rest, started a scholarship fund in Grandpa's name for kids aging out of foster care, something he always quietly donated to. Meanwhile, Brandon, who inherited the real legacy, drove Marino's Bistro into the ground. He modernized the menu until regulars hated it, expanded too fast, hired his buddies, and sunk cash into renovations nobody asked for. By month 8, the place was hemorrhaging money. Marjorie called me, frantic. Liam, he just needs a $60,000 loan. Family helps family. No, I said, calm, steady. Brandon offered me a job as his dishwasher. Maybe he should wash some dishes himself. She switched to guilt. Your grandfather would want you to help. Grandpa wanted me to have the storage unit, I replied. I'm honoring his wishes. Last week, I drove by the bistro. The gold Marino's sign was gone. A for lease poster hung crooked in the window. Brandon posted a long rant online about betrayal and how family loyalty is dead. Marjorie hasn't spoken to me since the day I said no. Mom called yesterday, quieter than usual. Your grandfather knew exactly what he was doing, she murmured. He always said you had his head for value. I could almost see Grandpa's sly little wink, the one he gave me at my high school graduation, long before anyone realized what he'd left me.